Dear students, today we are going to learn about more numerical patterns. In this lesson, we are going to learn how to use tables to identify relationships between different patterns. In this lesson, we are going to learn how to identify relationships between different patterns. Now let's see one example. Jack runs 30 miles and bikes 120 miles each week. We need to find the total miles Jack bikes and run after 5 weeks and the relationship between the total miles he bikes and runs. So in this question, we are clearly given two rules and how many weeks we need to find. See, in the first sentence, Jack runs 30 miles. Means for run, you're going to add 30 miles each week. So for run, it will be at 30. And for bikes, we are going to add 120 miles each week. So here for bikes, the rule will be 120. Add 120. So we are going to make the table for 5 weeks. So here is the table for 5 weeks. So after 5 weeks, Jack runs 150 miles and bikes for 600 miles. Now let's find the relationship between the total miles he bikes and runs. Now when we compare the terms here, 30 times 4 give you 120, 60 times 4 give you 240, 90 times 4 give you 360, 120 times 4 give you 480, 150 times 4 give you 640. Means the relationship between runs and bike is 4 times. So here we can say the total number of miles he biked is 4 times the total number of miles he run. Let's solve a problem from your classwork, page 821. Problem number 1. Nico says that the relationship between the term is that the number of miles run is 1/4 the number of miles biked. Do you agree? Explain. So let's look at the table carefully. Here we observe that in a table you have total number of miles run and total number of miles biked. So look at the table carefully. You find total number of miles run times 4 gives you total number of miles biked. So 30 times 4 gives you 120, 60 times 4 gives you 240, 90 times 4 gives you 360, 120 times 4 gives you 480, 150 times 4 give you 600. So do you agree Nico is right? Yes, Nico is right because since the total number of miles biked is 4 times the total number of miles run, then total miles run is 1/4 the total number of miles biked. Let's solve one more problem from your classwork, problem number 3. Miguel says that he can use multiplication to find the terms in patterns. Do you agree? Explain. Let's look at the table carefully, which shows total number of miles run and total number of miles biked. Here, if you look carefully, we add the same amount in each pattern. Now if you see total number of miles run, here we add 30 to get the next number of miles. Let's solve one more problem from your book. Question number 2. How many total miles will Jack have to run and bike after 10 weeks and 15 weeks? Let's look at the table carefully. How many miles will Jack run each week? Yes, 30. How many miles will he bike each week? Yes, 120. So now we multiply these numbers with 10 to get how many total miles he run and bike for 10 weeks. So first for 10 weeks I multiply 10 with 30. What do I get? Yes, 300 miles. So 300 miles he run. Now for bike, how many miles do I need to multiply? 120 with 10. So it gives me 1200 miles. So he biked how many miles? Yes, 1200 miles. Now let's find for 15 weeks. So what I need to multiply? 30 with 15. So 30 times 15 gives me 450 miles he run. Now for bike what I need to multiply? Yes, I need to multiply 120 with 15. So it gives me 1800 miles he biked. Let's solve one more problem from your classwork. Question number 4. Maria and Henry are each starting a saving account. Maria puts $250 into her account each month. Henry puts $125 into his account each month. How much money will each of them have saved after 6 months? Complete the table to solve. If we look at this question carefully, we find the rule for Maria and Henry. So for Maria, the rule is to add 250, and for Henry, the rule is to add 125. For how many months we need to find? Yes, 6 months. So now let's start with the table. For Maria, how many I need to add? 250. Very good. So now 250 plus 250 gives me 500. Very good. Who will give me the next amount? Yes, 750. So for the 4th month, how much she will save? Yes, 1000. So now 1000 plus 250. Who will say it next? Yeah, it is 1250. So now 1250 plus 250. How much it will be? Very good. It will be 1500. So now let's start for Henry. For Henry, what is the rule? Add 125. So we start with 125. So now add 125 with 125. What it will be? Yes, 250. Now 250 plus 125, 375. What will be the next number? Yes, 500. Now the next. Very good. 600 to 5. 625. Next, 750. So now we have completed with the table. So by the end of 6 months, Maria saved $1,500 and Henry saves $750. Now let's solve one more problem. Question number 5. What relationship do you notice between the total amount Maria has saved after each month and total amount Henry have saved after each month. So now let's look at the table carefully. The total amount of Maria saved and total amount of Henry saved. So if we compare Henry's amount with Maria, Henry have less. Yes, but how much less? See, 125 times 2 is 250. So we can say it is 2 times more. Let's check one more value. If I see 250 times 2, yes, it's 500. So I can say that Maria saves 2 times the amount of Henry saved. Thank you.